Шановні пані та панове, ми розпочинаємо конференцію «Долаючи виклики, назустріч можливостям. Співпраця громадянського суспільства і влади». Ця конференція проводиться в рамках проєкту ООН «Розвиток громадянського суспільства». Проєкт впроваджується програмою розвитку ООН за фінансування Міністерства закордонних справ України. Партнерами ООН у організації цієї конференції є секретаріат Кабінету міністрів України, творчий центр ТЦК, ліса Привітання і Український незалежний центр політичних досліджень. Дозвольте запросити до слова директора представництва програми розвитку ООН в Україні, пані Рікарду.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to very much welcome you on behalf of the United Nations Development Programme to this conference on meeting the challenges and embracing opportunities. This is the result of the cooperation between the United Nations Development Programme, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark, and of course the government of Ukraine. We are partnering in this conference with the Secretary of the Cabinet of Ministers of Ukraine, the Initiative Center to Support Social Action, Counterpart Creative Center, and the Ukrainian Center for Independent Political Research. The objective of this conference is to hold an honest and constructive discussion of the challenges in relations between the government and civil society in Ukraine, and to define opportunities for true partnerships between government and the third sector, as in civil society, aimed at solving the urgent issues of reforms currently underway in Ukraine. The conference is taking place at a time when we recently hear more and more about civil society's importance in national reform programs. The President of Ukraine has recently declared his intention to adopt a new strategy for state support of the civil society development. The Prime Minister of Ukraine stated that the government of Ukraine should work in a modern framework where civil society is a key partner. And the Verkhovna Rada has on its agenda the second reading of the new law on civic associations that will modernize the civil society legal framework and bring it closer to the European standards and principles. These are all good signs, and we hope that they can be implemented. Earlier this year, we have presented the white paper on legal and regulatory bottlenecks to be addressed in order to create a more enabling environment for civil society development in Ukraine. That white paper highlighted the need to simplify the registration of civil society organizations, to have a clear and focused state policy with regards to civil society development, and to expand practical opportunities for civic engagement in public decision-making, and to provide transparent and fair access to the civil societies to government funding. The new legislation expected in second reading in the Verkhovna Rada addresses many of these bottlenecks. And it is important, therefore, that all the stakeholders do not miss this precious moment for change. At UNDP, we believe that the success of any reform in a country depends on both a robust state and an active civil society, complementing development efforts of government and the private sector. Since 2009, through its Civil Society Development Programme, this project which is hosting this conference, UNDP has supported 120 regional projects that promote citizen participation in public decision-making, protect human rights, and provide support to vulnerable groups. We are highly impressed by the results achieved, and I hope that you take an opportunity to see what some of the videos that have been created through this. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank you for your resilience and commitment to promoting fairness and justice and improving the quality of life in the Ukrainian communities and the country in general. Due to your efforts, people with special needs receive equal treatment and access to important services. Children and youth discover new opportunities, and those whose rights have been violated find justice. these successful projects were implemented in partnership with local authorities. During this conference, you will share best practices from the ground, proving that if based on the principles of equal partnership, transparency, and mutual respect, the cooperation between the government and the civil society is not only possible, but it is essential to address effectively the development challenges of the country. Today we expect an open discussion, both by the panelists as well as by yourselves sitting in the audience, and we hope to have specific recommendations for both the government and for civil society on how to bring their cooperation to a higher level of commitment and productivity for the sake of democratic and prosperous Ukraine. I hope that the work that will follow this conference will lead to the implementation of these recommendations, and we at UNDP are ready to support that. Thank you.